We have to wait exactly 1 year and 2 months for the release of the new Galaxy series, and leading the charge is the new Galaxy S26 Ultra, and there's so much hype to it because people are waiting for the new Galaxy phones, and content creators found a good way how to make use of the opportunity to get really good views. But today, exactly 2 weeks later, we will do something different. I would not talk about the specs and what these guys says, the typical hyping of the phone, talking about the numbers, hyping the new features excessively. Let's go back to the basic and talk about the good and bad things about the phones, the pros and cons, the positive and negative of owning Galaxy S26 Ultra, and why I think after all the wait, this phone is worthy. Alright, this phone is worthy, but first let's step back and talk about all the negatives or disadvantage of owning Galaxy S26 Ultra, and starting with the camera. I hate to admit, but this is the same old song. It's the same camera hardware from last year, 200 megapixel main sensor, 50 megapixel ultra wide and periscope, and that underwhelming 10 megapixel 3x with the same 12 megapixel selfie. Sure, the camera is outstanding, it produces natural looking images and videos, but at this point, since Samsung is already on the US and Canada market, instead of creating more innovations on the cameras, they're playing safe and catching up with other brands. Well, I hope you're watching some of my videos. I reviewed Xiaomi 17 and that phone has 50 megapixel across all the sensors, so that provides consistent look on all the frames. I wish Samsung would also do this on the sub 2000 phone. And just talking about the price, this is the second negative of owning Galaxy S26 Ultra. You have to make a fortune just to buy this phone. If you upgrade today, you would probably pay a hefty price locking your phone to a specific network for 2 years, or if you buy this phone outright like most content creators do, either you trade in some of your older phones or buy it outright for around $2,000. I say $2,000 because there's a difference in terms of configuration, and I'm shooting a lot of content using this phone. I would probably buy the highest configuration. But then again, even the base configuration is already 1900 Canadian. You will buy cases, accessories, chargers plus tax, then you're rounding off around 2 grand. And my last concern is the mediocre battery. It is the same 5000 mAh battery from the previous generation. The only difference here is we have 60 watts of fast wired charging and 25 watts of wireless charging. That's a bump of 15 and 10 watts respectively. So on the charging speed, we're getting some upgrades, but in terms of battery longevity, it would still be the same. We will probably save a few minutes of power because of the Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5, that power efficient processor, but still, my mid-range Xiaomi, Redmi, and Poco phones will do well on battery life than this phone. Now, if you can live with those cons, there are tons of positive of Galaxy S26 Ultra that may sway you to buy or upgrade this year, starting with the top tier performance. So this phone has all the bells and whistles of a flagship phone, starting with the processor. You got Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5 with that base 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. We have dynamic AMOLED 2X screen with 2600 nits of max brightness and Corning Gorilla Glass Victus and Armor 2 for protection. They went back to aluminum Armor 2 frame, but that's okay because this phone weighs less than the previous model, and again, a lot of people will put cases on this phone, so it doesn't matter if you're using aluminum or titanium. I'm just glad Samsung used metal frame for this phone. The next positive is worthy enough to upgrade to Galaxy S26 Ultra. We all know that this phone has one of the best camera performance on any smartphone. You can throw Xiaomi, Apple, and even Huawei on the mix. This phone can compete with the best out there. There's probably just a few differences in terms of the zoom, colors, and the field of view of the cameras. But in terms of flagship quality grade camera performance, this phone is great. Now, adding to the arsenal is the horizon lock feature of the video, wherein it doesn't matter how you hold the phone, it would lock the phone horizontally, and this is critical for vlogging. Like what I do for my business and line of work, this will be my easy go-to phone to shoot videos for sure. The next positive is the friendly design. So they first overhauled the camera module, but I think the biggest thing for me here is the rounded corners. If you hold this phone, the sides are not pointed like what we have on S22, S23, and S24 Ultra. It won't hurt over time holding this phone, and also friendly on your pocket. We still have that popular stylus at the bottom, and I feel like the design change this year was great. The next positive is all the AI features. There's a lot of AI features from Gemini, all the added features from search or even the images, but I would focus more on the audio because using this phone for over 2 weeks now, I really like this feature not just for the S26 Ultra, but I think it started with the S24s, and I would like to mention this on my review. The audio eraser of Galaxy S26 Ultra is mind-boggling. You will save money and time buying expensive microphone or editing audio in post-production, and you would be able to remove the noise on the audio and even amplifying your voice. Here, I would show you some sample of the audio eraser. One of the excellent AI feature of Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is the audio eraser. So we're testing right now the audio from A6700 from my microphone. This is the audio without audio eraser. And now this is my voice using audio eraser. Really good for vlogging if you're talking on a busy environment where there's a lot of noise. Again, really helpful AI feature for Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. And for my last Pro, this is overly hyped, but I would still give this a win for Galaxy S26 Ultra because the screen of this phone is the same from last year, Dynamic AMOLED 2X with 2600 nits of max brightness. Samsung added privacy display settings wherein it hides sensitive information on the screen on a specific angle when you're looking at it. It basically turns off the pixel of the screen so it goes dark when you glance on the side. I think this is a really neat feature on S26 Ultra and people can mock it all they want, but I feel like some manufacturers will do the same for their phones moving forward. All in all, I think Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is an expensive device for sure. I guess Samsung wants you to trade in your old phone so they can recycle it. Yeah, let's face it, it's the same old boring phone from last year, but with everything they've added from the privacy protection, Horizon Lock, and the new Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5, and that faster charging speed, if you're coming in from an older S22, S23, and S24 Ultra, I think this phone is a worthy upgrade.